So, everybody, welcome very much to our webinar tonight with Marcin Dominiak. We are delighted that Marcin is here to show us, because I think Marcin works in a very unique way. And one of the things we're going to put a call out for right now, part of this webinar, you are going to have the possibility to have some of your energy read as an explanation, an example of how Marcin works. So it could be, what's the energy of one of my meridians? What's the energy, say, of one of my organs? So if you would like to take advantage of that, if you would like, as part of the webinar, to have part of your energy read so Marcin can demonstrate how he works, just send a message to us in the chat box and just send it to hosts and panelists. That would be absolutely perfect. If you've got questions and answers, we are going to be answering them at the end. So you can put them in the Q&A box, which should be at the bottom. If you can't find the Q&A box, sometimes you can't because you're on different devices. Just put your questions in chat and that is also absolutely fine. So without any ado, Marcin, I'm going to hand over to you, and could you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself, your journey, how you got here? You had quite an interesting childhood, I know, and that's part of your story. Share, please.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry, guys. Can you see me? Yes? I'm visible? Okay. So my name is Marcin, and I've joined Holistic Way Academy as course provider. We've joined Think Tree Hub about 3 years ago now. So I was born in Poland, and since early childhood I was suffering from different diseases. So in my case was that I was meant not to walk as a newborn, and later on at the age of 18, unfortunately, because of the accident, I also had some problems with walking, basically. So when I'm speaking about myself, I'm speaking also why I'm the therapist. But first and foremost, I would like to thank you all, guys, that you are here and you would like to listen to what I would like to share with you. So the first thing about being a therapist was that I was looking for help because the conventional medicine was not able to give me a solution for my problem. My problem was the inflammation state and severe dislocation of L2, L3 and L4 space disc. So I was able to walk, but not as much as I was not able to run. I had a lot of pain in my lower back, etc., and it was deteriorating all the time. So I went to the hospital, and at that time my grandmother, she was working in this hospital since 1959, so it was over 40 years. I'm 40 years now old, and it was 2002, so it was just after my grandma retired. Oh, thank you. Someone is writing about this energy readings. Yes, of course, Arnie, we will do it, but in the second part of the webinar. So coming back to my story was that there is always an assessment before the official medical intervention, and according to this assessment, the probability that I would walk after the surgery was 50-50. So if they cut the nerve, I would be wheelchaired till the end of my life. But otherwise, if everything goes fine, I would be functioning normally. So means running, playing football, etc. So guys, would you decide to go for the operation at the age of 18 when the probability that you're gonna be wheelchaired as the negative side effect of that procedure was 50-50? I guess no. So Yes, so I was looking for alternative solution, and alternative solution, according to conventional medicine, there was no alternative solution, but I found one which was a massage. It was a Chinese, it was a mixture of different styles, Tibetan and Chinese massage combined with some manual techniques. It took half a year, but I was completely healed because it was also the hernia in between the spinous processes over there, so it was really bad condition, and I was completely healed thanks to this. So based on it, I personally experienced how massage can help me, but at the same time, my central nervous system was not good, so to speak. It was like also because of this neurological connections, but also several traumas that I experienced as a child. I started to working on myself from both physical and energy point of view. So that's also why the topic of today's webinar is holistic bioenergy and acupressure, because acupressure, as you know, is a physical stuff. So the points we can press, things we can do on a physical level, and also at the same time there is something that is happening in the background, which is also, sorry, because Arnie is volunteering. Thank you very much for this. And there is also something that is happening at the same time, which is energy based. So these are our emotions, these are our thoughts, our inner connections, how we perceive the world, and how we digest the energies. So that's all about this. And bioenergy helped me as well enormously. So the fact that I became a bioenergy therapist and a massage therapist as well, it was all because of my story that just happened even without my will for it to happen. But having gained this experience, it enriched me enormously, and I decided, if someone helped me, so having this experience, I decided to help others as well. And that's also the part of the journey that today I have the opportunity to do this webinar, because doing so, I can show you, and as far as I think, if parts of you are also therapists, or you're guys, because you are here, you're also interested or keen on complementary therapies and some body works and also energy healing. I know that here in Western Europe, Reiki, it's as a energy healing is the most well-known technique. Bioenergy, as itself, as the name indicates, it's the work on our energy. And if we see, for instance, aura, we can otherwise call it personal energy space. Bioenergy is something that is connected since we are born, actually, because everything has its own vibration. But in order to have more option to show you on a visual level what we're gonna explore today, I will also share with you some presentation. So just give me one moment. Okay. I'm sorry, Rosemary, can you send a thumb up if it's visible for you? I mean, the presentation. Yeah, okay, perfect. I'm sorry, guys, because on my laptop, I can only see myself. I don't know by which reason I cannot see you. I've seen that there is 10 participants, taking part in today's webinar, but I can see only me and Rosemary. That's why I can be a little bit, looking in the different directions. But coming back to the topic of today's presentation, so it's Holistic Way Academy. It's the name of as a school provider, and it's the synergistic healing power that combines, as I said before, the physical level and energy level. And as you can see, because, guys, are you familiar? Please, can you send the thumb up if you are familiar with the law of first touch? No. Okay, but would you agree with me that if you touch someone, for instance, if you're a massage therapist or if you're a chiropractor, osteopath or something, some kinds of this therapies, when you touch the people, would you agree with me that if you touch someone, you can connect with them more energetically? So even if you perform the palpation or if you do deep tissue or something like this, you can feel this person's energy more than only, like, for instance, when you speak with someone. Oh, exactly, Arnie, thank you very much. Exactly, that's the point. So when we touch someone, we can feel as the energy flows. That's obvious. So here I will show you several techniques which combine the physicality with energy work. Okay? Of course, guys, please keep in mind that in different parts of the world, there are different names for very similar techniques. Okay? So here, as you know, there are meridians, which are energy channels, and according to TCM, which stands for Traditional Chinese Medicine, if the flow of energy through a certain meridian is disturbed in this or that way, it means that majority of so-called primary meridians, they are connected to our inner organs, and it means that there might be a potential for I wouldn't say a disease, maybe initial state of certain conditions, let's put it like this. It is believed that majority of conditions, majority of diseases and any weaknesses of the body, even if it's manifesting on its physical level, it originates from the energy level. You know what I mean? First, we are stressed at work, let's say until 5 p.m. and at 7 p.m. While eating a dinner or something, we can feel that, our upper back, there is some kind of ache or whatever, or muscle stiffness. So this is the very simple example from the everyday life, but it's all with, if we dive into depth, of all these things, we can see this correlation. So first energy, later on physical level. What we're gonna talk today about, all these things that I've mentioned before, the integration of modern and traditional approaches. This is something that I would like to cover today as well. And what is very important, that all these treatments are individualized. They are like, the approach has to be personalized. If someone has particular needs, we need to do the best for them for the present moment, because it can change. As you know, the bioenergy refers to life force. In different places it's called slightly differently, but in Chinese medicine it's gonna be Qi, in Ayurveda it's gonna be prana, in bioenergy we are talking about the life energy, but it's all very similar thing. What is main difference between bioenergy and Reiki, for instance, is that in bioenergy we have, I wouldn't say that it is scientifically based, it's exaggeration, but I would say that in bioenergy we have much more, oh sorry, someone's calling me. In bioenergy something interrupted. Whoa, sorry guys, can you see me? Oh, something happened. Yeah, so as you can see, there were some external factors trying to influence our webinar in a negative way, but don't worry, everything is under control. So coming back to the main topic, is that in bioenergy we have techniques, or we have tools thanks to which we can measure different parameters. So, for instance, it can be a pendulum, and it can be a bioenergy chart. So using this, we can measure different things. For instance, brainwave frequencies. So please, can you send the thumb up if you've heard about delta, theta, or alpha state, yeah? You know about it. Exactly. So guys, if you know it, we have our brain reacts differently in different situations. So for instance, it can be expressed, we have to have some reference point. In this case, in the case of brainwave frequencies, these are the hertz. So the more hertz we have, the different state of our brain we get in. So for instance, alpha state, it's from 8 to 12 hertz. And why I'm checking, why we can use the pendulum and what is it for? Many people, guys, do you have any experience with meditation? Yes, exactly. So if we meditate, what do we do? First, we need to relax. Yes. Bless you. First, we need to relax. Secondly, we need to be positively opened and would like to reach an inner state of calmness. This is all true. And for the sake of an example, let's suppose that we are in a meditative state, or we were in a meditative state, and we thought, okay, we were calm, the breath pace was slower, we felt deeply relaxed. It's absolutely fine. These are the sensations that we can feel as an inner experience of feeling itself on a level of energy or physical body. On top of that, we can add some other types of measurements, which can be the reading on the brainwave frequency chart, for instance. So if someone had a vision of something, let's say I close my eyes and I'll be lying, imagining that under this tree, despite that it's January, it's 0 outside degrees, but I can imagine that I'm in, some Mediterranean country and it's plus 30 in the shadow. And it's beautiful and the birds are singing. So if I go with my imagination to a place like this, I can verify whether I was there with my brainwave frequency or I was there only with my illusionary imagination. Do you know what I mean? Because if the meditative state was really achieved, it means that we had to be below 12 hertz. So, whether it was delta, theta, or alpha state, it's all these meditative states. But if it was, for instance, high beta, let's say over 20 hertz, it means that even if I saw this palm tree somewhere in the Mediterranean area, so by vision I was there, but my brainwave frequencies were not there. Do you know what I mean? So here it's about the depth and complexity of the meditation and hence the results of the meditation. So in order to relax appropriately, both on the level of vision and on the level of brainwave frequencies, which is actually our subconscious level to a certain extent, of course, that's where the use of the use of the charts implies. This is just the example, guys. Another thing, have you heard about meridians? We mentioned before, so you had to hear about them, yeah? So let's say that, may I ask you a question? Maybe someone will let's make it a little bit interactive. So are there any ways that you would measure the way of how the key energy is flowing in different meridians? Do you have any ways of doing so? Is anyone eager to say something or to make a point or whatever? Okay. So if there are different ways. So I asked this question a couple of days ago, another group. And so what people said? They said that we can press, I don't know, say it's pericardium 6, which is, the point, which is like, in here more or less, that we press the point and we feel, how the rhythm of the flow of the vessels here changes, how do we feel, whether it's painful or not, and something like this. So this is the way, but so basically palpation, punctual palpation, and holding the thumb in a pressing the point, which is, for instance, on the pericardium, heart, or something other, which is good. Another way of doing so is perform the reading on the chart. So if, let's say, I will look for mine, and I can take as an example, I don't know, large intestine meridian, let's say. So I can see here that there are, it's like in percentage, it's like the key energy, the yin and yang. So the flow of energy should be 100%. If it's 100%, there's a conventional reading. It means that for the present moment, the highest the best flow of energy through the particular meridian by my body is already achieved. So if I, let's say, put this one, in my case, it's now it's 85%. It's not bad, but it could be better. I know, okay, large intestine, okay, something, so maybe some emotions are kept there. So I can check and go. You see chakra chart, so I can check how my chakra works, and now whether my chakra is blocked, balanced, or overactive. You know what I mean? So we have a lot of tools thanks to which we can perform different readings, and later on play with this a little bit and gain a lot of information, or collect a lot of information based through the interview with your client, or through the readings that you have, and combined with the interview. So this is also very important, also as the preliminary stage of the treatment. So just before the treatment, if someone is coming to us on a physical level, so what kinds of questions we can ask them? Have you had any MRI scan performed on, I don't know, L2, L3 space disc, for instance, if there is an issue of lower back, yeah? Or if there is something with the cervical spine, have you done any MRI scan on the back of your neck? Did you have any X-ray lately? Or was there any kind of, are you on any prescribed medications? These are the questions that we can ask when we are body workers, yes? If someone comes to visit us, do you need any GP approval? This kind of stuff. What is your history level, disease history level? This kind of stuff. On a physical level, people will tell you, I suffer from stress, I have problems with sleeping, and sometimes I can experience the gut pain, let's say, so the lower belly area is affected. And that's on physical level how they will describe. And if we are body workers, you know how to do it, as I mentioned before, and different practitioners, different techniques, physical techniques, energy techniques. I always perform the readings so that I can know much more about the meridians, about the chakras, about, for instance, even the inner organs we can check. And so we can have of the chart of inner organs, and we can check them. Sometimes on we can say that, for instance, nervous system is affected, let's say spinal cord, and someone will tell us, okay, I'm sorry, but my spine is absolutely fine on a physical level, and that's good. But if we perform the readings on energy level, that is where we can see its preventative nature. Do you know what I mean? It means that on energy level, it's already something happening, but it doesn't have its manifestation on a physical level yet. So this is also the beauty of this lies in its preventative nature as well, okay? Regarding the different readings. We can check different stuff. Today we have, only the short webinar, so it's just to share with you what we offer on the courses later on, but you can check, for instance, negative sphere of life. So people have different areas of life. It can be physical body, it can be work issues, interpersonal relations, financial issues, and we can make some readings for them. And also because normally, if it's called dosing, you have a pendulum which goes when the question is yes or no. No, it will be going towards left side. If it's right, let's say it will circulate towards right side. So this is a very basic reading, which is also a very preliminary stage of the readings that we do, because first we need to be familiar with the tool. If you are a small child, you are given by your parent a bicycle, but this bicycle can have, let's say, 4 wheels, yes, so 3 in the back and 1 in the front, and later on you just go on to 2 wheels. So here is the same. First we start with the very basic readings, and later on we can elaborate to something more. Do you have any questions towards what I've said so far? No questions? You can write them down as well. I know we'll do the readings for you guys, but in the end, okay, so I can continue. If I speak too fast or you have any questions, please feel free just to write it down, and I can always refer to your question, okay? So here you have meridian bioenergy charts, so the ones that I already mentioned before. A bioenergy flow and concept of imbalances. So I think we already covered this. It's about the chakras. They have the form of the vortex generally, auric field, symptoms, and healing goals. Realignment of energy to support holistic wellness. Exactly this. It's this. Introduction to acupressure. So, acupressure, we have acupoints. I always compare the meridians as energy channels to the railways. So let's say that you are in London and you would like to go to Edinburgh, and Newcastle is in between. There is a train like this. So there is a train, there's a track, and in order to have a possibility to get to the train physically inside, you have to do it where? You have to go to the train station. So the train station is the acupuncture point, acupoint. So you have a meridian, which is the line, and you have the railway, which is the line. So you can enter the railway on the station. So the place where physically the train stops, you can get in and continue the journey. And here's the same. So we can exert an influence on the meridian, on the acupuncture or acupressure points. The way we do it, it depends. I'm the acupuncturist as well, so I preferably use needles, because in my opinion it's more it's a little bit more invasive, but at the same time it can have more effect. But if you do it using your thumb, I mean acupressure itself, so if you use the thumb, or whether you use a Thai stick or a crystal even, you can have plenty of different applicators, or you can even use, the edge of the pendulum like this, and you can do it. So, whatever or however we do it, it's up to us. But in the end of the day, what matters is the intention that we would like to help, and the how accurate we are. So, we have to know how to find the acupressure points. Guys, are you familiar with TCM measurements expressed in Sun? Okay, so if you go and you read something from acupuncture or acupressure, you can find that they describe different points in different ways. So one sun or one sun, it's pronounced differently by different people. It's the width of our thumb. So like if something is, let's say, too sun or too sun above something, or let's say there's a point too sun left or right out of my navel, which means that it's basically the distance from my navel to the left or to the right side, which equals the width of my two thumbs. Yeah. The tricky thing about this is that my thumb is considerably wide, but I've seen, for instance, my wife's thumb is almost twice, less in size. So when we work on someone's and we're looking for someone's acupressure point, it's very important to use as a reference point the width of their thumb, not our thumb, okay? In several cases, it can happen that the differences between the practitioner and the person who is receiving a treatment are not big, but it happened to me that it was, almost twice of the size, so please be careful about that. And also, please keep in mind that it's not a quantum physics, and we don't have to be very specific, or too specific, because everyone is different, and as you know, at body workers especially, that anatomy of different people, it can be maybe not completely but considerably different, and because of this we need to also what I would like you to remember after today's webinar is that when you press somewhere, whether it's reflexology area like the sole of the feet or the palm, where the pain is, the problem is. You know what I mean? So if you press somewhere and your client emits some sound like "ow" or something like this, it means that there is some blockage of the meridian. So you don't have to specifically know which meridian or specifically which acupoint it is. But if there is a problem, just don't be afraid of pressing so. You can do it. The average time of how long you should press, it depends, it varies. It can be from literally 30 seconds up to 2 minutes maybe. It depends, and it also depends whether it's the first treatment or the second treatment or the 10th treatment. So always common sense applies, okay? So this is another thing that is combined within the bioenergy and acupressure, is that when we press the acupoint, we influence, through the physical touch or movement, we influence the flow of energy on meridians, which stands for bioenergy here. So here I compared different things. What I would like you to know are several acupressure points that on everyday basis can be a little bit useful. So the points for wellness, for instance, the lung one, which is more or less here. So guys, what you can do when you have your own palm, as here shown on you can press and you can tell me whether you feel any pain. So what you basically do, you press your hand and you just press. Do you feel any pain? Okay. No pain there. Okay, it doesn't have to be very painful, so it means that Rosemary is waving that no. That's good. That means that your lung meridian in this point is not blocked. Simply saying. On the other side, you have HT7, which stands for heart, so it's basically on the other side of the wrist crease. So you can try to press here and see. I'm sorry guys, because I cannot see your faces, so I don't know whether someone is someone feeling any pain or something, or we have a perfect group with no any blockages in the meridians. Okay. The other one is on the feet, so maybe we will not take out of our socks now, but just for you to know where the point is. The other point, which is mine, please remember the lever free. It's in between the big toe and the first toe here, where the pain is felt. And the other one, which I would like to draw your attention to, is here, large intestine 4, which is basically here. You have a thumb here, you have index here, index finger here, and you just press. Can you feel something here? Please don't be afraid to press. Anything painful here or nothing? Okay, it depends, because at the very beginning, what happens is that you may not feel it because maybe you are pressing in the wrong point, but actually it's so here there is like a dip in the flesh a little bit, and when you press in 80% of cases, you should feel some pain. But as some people say, good pain, yeah? So it's a good pain. So guys, here you have some acupressure points for relaxing points. So the points that I use the most during my acupuncture practice, but also when it comes to acupressure, I combine large intestine 4, so this point here, with the point that was just before with this one. When when the client is lying facing up, so pressing this point, liver 3 combined with large intestine 4 and hollow impression, so extra point, third eye if you wish. So here you don't have to feel the pain, but it's just good to stimulate it. Okay. So these 5 points actually, so twice, left, right, palm, which stands for large intestine 4, and this one here, liver 3 on the toes, near the toe, big toe. These are the points that are really good for relaxation and detoxification as well. What is the relation between bioenergy healing and meridian work? Is this sentence here: bioenergy aligns overall energy, while acupressure targets specific pathways. Okay, so I think that this sentence describes the best of what I've said so far. So bioenergy aligns overall energy, while acupressure targets specific pathways. A holistic approach, stress relief, etc. That's obvious. You have again chakras and meridians. So here, as you can see, a polarity massage, because this is also something that I would like to speak about today. Polarity massage is a part of bioenergy as well. Here, some people call polarity... Guys, have you ever heard about polarity massage? Okay, so author of this technique, it's Randall Stone. He was born in Austria, and this technique was developed in United States and popularized over there. And polarity massage, it's like you have plus and you have minus. You have feminine, you have masculine, you have yin, you have yang. So all together, it's balanced. And as you can see on the picture, the guy lying there, it's me, and these are other, participants of our course. But as you can see, they are not touching. Can you see? They are working on the client, having their hands literally 5 to 10 centimeters above their physical body. Are you familiar with etheric body? So etheric body, it's something that connects energy and physicality. So the difference between physicality and energy world is mainly a question of density. So how dense the particles are, the denser they are, the more solid they are. So we can see in certain stage physical or energy. Ether, it's something in between, so a buffer zone, let's say. Polarity massage, it's when it's otherworldly, it's called a practical bioenergy. Practical bioenergy, which means that still we are the massage therapists, but we can start working with energy. So we can incorporate this kind of practice into Swedish massage, into sports massage, into deep tissue stuff, whatever you want. Or we can do it as a standalone treatment. It's entirely up to us as practitioners. But as you can see here, they place their hands over 2 places. In this case, it's the forehead and more or less the 4th chakra. The guy in the back and the guy in the front, it's working more on the area of the heart and area of the hara, or let's say 2nd chakra. So we can see that these 2 gentlemen in a green t-shirts, they are covering slightly different areas of the persons who are lying on the table. But the idea is the same. We place the palms as it's shown in the picture, and we feel the flow of energy, the plus and minus. So we need to balance the energy flow between these 2 areas of the body. As long as we feel the flow of energy, we keep them. Before doing so, potentially, we can sensitize our palms in order them to be more sensitive. This is, on the webinar, we cannot experience this. I have just performed a workshop, and the key aspect of the workshop was to feel how the energy stabilizes or balances once the palms are over someone's body. This is the way that we can also, through the physicality, influence through the energy word, influence the physicality. Because normally, if you press from acupressure point of view, you press somewhere, you can influence the flow of energy within meridians. This is one way. The other way, through polarity massage, is when you place your hands over someone and you influence from the energy word the physical tightness of the muscles. And it's absolutely workable, and it works. It just, the effect is not straight away. Because please imagine someone whose upper back is totally tight. You do, let's say, chair massage or upper body massage, and you use applicator as an applicator your elbow. I think that after 3 circumduction movements, your client especially will feel that this pressure is applied. Here, contrary to here, some people may not experience it straight away, but they will do so after 30 seconds, maybe a minute. So it's slower in manifestation, but longer in its efficacy. So once this polarity massage is performed, the energy is balanced and it stays longer than normal, the energy that would be balanced after the normal massage. Because here we work on a special places. So the placements of the hands, they have their systems. So there is the whole system of polarity. There are multitude of different systems. Here is just to show you that something like this exists and it's really effective. So this is a little bit comparable to sacrocranial theory or practice, where you work, something in the sacrum, something in the neck. So here it's a little bit of comparison to craniosacral practice to a certain extent, and also there are other similarities to other techniques. Especially the acupressure, because the acupressure, so when you start the polarity massage from the head and when you reach the feet, you can literally practice the acupressure points. So press the acupressure points on the feet of the client. So you can have within one treatment a perfect combination of energy work with physical touch through acupressure points. Benefits of polarity massage, they are enumerated here. I would say they're quite obvious because it's all connected. So if your stress is reduced, as the result, you enhance relaxation, emotional release, and in the end of the day, literally and metaphorically, you have a better sleep quality. Yeah. So this is all about this. Main placements of the hands, as I mentioned before, head, chest, abdomen, feet. Feet is very important because it's grounding area. Please don't forget about that, because we can work on a spiritual level, we can work everything, but still we are walking entities and we need to be grounded. I'm not saying that you have to go barefoot to the forest, which is actually good practice. But here the rooting or grounding areas, it's through pressing special acupressure points in order to ground the energy. So it's combined with the ground. Biomassage, it's another version of energy work, which, guys, have you heard about the guy whose name was Mesmer? Mesmerism, yes, so mesmeric movements, they can be compared to bioenergy practice. You see this guy in this green t-shirt, that's by any chance that's me, and that's another one who is sitting. He was also the participant of the course. So bioenergy therapy passes and strokes are very similar two mesmeric movements, and they can be combined within one treatment with polarity massage and acupressure. What I also do is also combine everything. So within one session, I can do even sports massage for them. So sports massage can be, so I warm up. So always we start from effleurage. Effleurage is like a gentle to familiarize client to the touch, etc. Later on, we can do this treatment that we need to do, which, let's say, for instance, a sports massage. And in order to calm down our client in the end of the treatment, if we have, for instance, 60-minute session, what we could try to do would be to calm them down. So we can press several points, we can cleanse their energy body, or we can just use polarity massage system in order to calm them down after the deep physical massage. Okay? So benefits of the bioenergy massage was created by Father Klimuszko. So he was a Polish guy who invented this, and he was a herbalist as well, and he was looking for the relation between the herbs, earth, and human body and our health. He was also the bioenergy healer. So as you can see, all this is combined. Benefits of biomassage: cleansing the body of toxins, but also the etheric toxins, not only the physical ones, but also the energy ones. Relaxation and stress, harmonizing energy flow, and what is very important, improving circulation and vitality. So polarity massage, it's more the placements of the hands plus minus, and we hold them as long as we feel the energy flow, while biomassage is more energy streaks and strokes that we perform around the client in order to cleanse them or boost them energy, because you can have some people who are very weak, so you can just energize them as well. But first we need to cleanse them. All this is explained in level 3 diploma that we organize as a course accredited together with Think Tree Hub. Of course, all this, what is included over there within the course. So it's bioenergy therapy as a complementary practice, foundations of bioenergy, as I mentioned before, working with the pendulum. What we also do over there is, have you heard about underground water courses? Okay, so we always teach to detect them using this, so copper sticks, and again, we can use this, so this is dosing as well, but this dosing can be combined again, because here only we can have, okay, if they cross, it means there is something, yes, if they circulate, it can be and they circulate or they cross, and we can say, okay, but what is that? So these are the basics of radiesthesia, and here on our charts we can check what kind of influences over there, because you can see it's Hartmann's line, Curry's line, Swiss network, or it can be underground water course, crossing of underground water courses. So everything you can check on the chart, and if you find that there is, let's say, a Hartmann's line, you can check how intense it is. You know what I mean? So you have a lot of tools to identify or to measure different phenomena. Okay. I know that it was quite a lot. And it's 10 to 9, so I think slowly it will be high time for me to finish. But guys, now it's time for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them, or if you are eager so that I can do some readings for you, also please let me know. Yes, Rosemary, maybe you can.
Yeah, hi Marcin. There's so much content there, and that is a very comprehensive training you've actually put together in terms of its holistic way. I was just saying in the webinar chat that not everybody is aware of the effects that the earth energies have on us in the places where we live. You know, I personally have come across people whose health, it wouldn't really matter what they were doing because the actual earth energy of the properties that they lived in was severely impacting them, to really sad results. Really sad results. So I think that is a really great and comprehensive approach that you're taking. I perhaps if we saw it in action some of the ways for Arnie, because I know Arnie was very eager to have a reading. I don't know. Do you want to say what you would like a reading on, whether it's a meridian or whether it's one of your organs? Do you want to pop that in the chat?
Can you speak to Arnie as well? Or
I can unmute you, Arnie. Would you like me to unmute you? Yes. Okay. Here we go. You're live, Arnie.
Hi.
Hi, Arnie. Nice to meet you. Marcin, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, that was great. Lots of information. My head was actually swimming, and just what Think Tree Puppets also said about when you're living in a place and it's got so much, you know, we've got electricity, we've got phones, we've got all, and that I just got back from Bali and I did some somatic breath work over there. And I went walking through the paddy fields, through the rice fields. And that was on the last day. And that was the only time when I really felt like I was actually in the workshop, because everything was completely cleared. It literally took me days to get over the jet lag and all the rest of it. So, yeah, in terms of thinking what I need now, I have no idea. I didn't really think. I just thought, oh yeah, I'm down for that because I'm all for learning. But I have no idea. I guess I'm. I think that, you know, I'm part of this world now where my concentration is sometimes limited, and you know, in terms of meditating, I wouldn't mind in terms of kind of focusing and grounding myself, so then I could do it for a longer period of time. I don't know if that kind of answers the question in terms of what I would like.
Yes, sure. You know, it's like we can just check if you wish, because we were. No, thank you very much for, you know, being active and asking and sharing this with me, with us. What we could do, we can check, for instance, your meridians in a very quick way, and we can see whether there are any blockages, or we can go through chakras. Maybe it's gonna be quicker. Just let me see. I will check. I will take the chakra chart. Do I have it with me here? Just 1 second, please. Yes, we can go it through here. Okay. So, and so again, how we perform the reading, because this is quite important. So, of course, we can hear Arnie, and Arnie has you have your frequency. So I will put your frequency on the chart. Basically, how it works is like, you know, when you have a German Shepherd as a dog, and it's looking for a particular smell, so it sniffs, you know, something, and it's going like this, looking for it. So it's the dog is like a tool in order to find a person or an object. And here, I don't know whether it's a good comparison, but generally it's the same thing. So we have a vibration which smells, let's say, but in this positive characteristic way for itself, and we are just looking for it. So we can just, based on this, we can check different things even on distance. So I have, for instance, as a therapist, I have some people who are, I don't know, in United States, in different parts. The only thing is, Arnie, that when you think about something or when you think about you, all I will ask you to do, it's just to say your name out loud. So you can just say Arnie, and I can check your chakras.
Okay, now?
Yes. No, if you don't mind, of course, because, you know, it's...
Yeah, sure. Arnie.
Okay, just 1 second, please. So first chakra is active. It should be, let's say, 100%. Okay, so there is something like convention of reading. We are in a particular state of our life. We have our age. We have the conditions where we are. So hypothetically, we assume that 100% would be the best achievable reading for us for the particular moment. So for Arnie, for now, this first chakra is active in 65%. So let's say 2/3 it's active, 1/3 it's, I wouldn't say it's not active, it's blocked to a certain extent. So if you were mentioning about this grounding thing, the way I can see it is that because Arnie, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know you. I only, I can see, I can hear your voice. Can I see you even? Is there any way that I cannot? Okay, so even if we have this, what I can see when there is Arnie, it's like the blockage, like you have where the first root chakra is. So it's like the emotions, but kept good 20 years back somewhere. If it makes sense, of course, and it is like. If we go through our life, we have several moments that are quite important for us. So we can check on the timeline when it was more or less. Just let me look for another chart. And the basic one. So there is another one. Can you say again, Arnie?
Arnie.
So if I'm looking for energy blockages, there are two readings for now. One is expressed in months, and it's more or less 10 months. It doesn't have to be exact, but more or less something potentially might happen like 10 months ago. And the other one is... it's a good decade ago.
Okay.
I would say even, the reading indicates like 10, 12 years, but I would say even up to 20. So it means that there was like a repetitive pattern within your energy that was kept inside, in deeper, not expressed, and it's like hidden, we have like hidden inflammation, chronic inside. So here it's some kind of blockage within the chakra, and it doesn't mean that the chakra doesn't work. Of course it works, but if you focus a little bit, so if you perform breathing exercises, for instance, during the meditation, or you can consciously direct the inflow when you inhale, down to the first chakra, and you can imagine it as a light, let's say, which equals metaphorically like high vibration. So you feel with the light specifically over there, and you breathe out, what needs to be we would like to get rid of these low particles. When you breathe out as a dark, something that doesn't have to be dark, but something less light than in comparison to what you inhaled, if that makes sense. So this is like the inhalation, breathing in, breathing out kind of chakra cleansing, if I may say so.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you. Thank you.
We don't know each other. It was very, it's because, the other thing about reading, it's personal. You know what I mean? So now we are in a webinar, so I wouldn't like to dive too much what I can see, what I can tell, but I just wanted, thank you very much, Arnie, for asking. So if you've mentioned about these things, I would say first chakra.
Thank you very much.
Normally, what happens is that several visions are also coming back. So when I was doing the Arnie's reading, I also had a vision of something dark in between, below the navel, and all this area, so the intestine, so the intestine mind, if I may say so. How we can work on it as well is Arnie, can I have another hint for you?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so what we can do, for instance, we can even there is something like auto healing or Yes, polarity massage, of course, it's better if someone else performs it on us, but we can do it as well on ourselves. So you can, like one of your hand, you can place below your navel, so on the belly, and the other one, whenever you feel more, one you can place, so we can place it here, and the other one on the upper chest, or here when the forehead is, and when you will be lying just before falling asleep, and you can work with your breath and here with the placement of your hands. And if you don't feel that energy flows, so first you can sensitize your hands, you can place it to the forehead, for instance, another one here, and you can feel whether this energy flows. If it flows, it means that it's balancing.
Okay, that's helpful. I'm going to do that tonight.
Good luck, though. Okay, thank you very much for asking. Anyone, anything, something? I'm sorry, Rosemary. I think could you please unmute yourself?
Yeah, I muted myself. We haven't got any more questions coming up, but if people have questions afterwards or that they're intrigued, what would be the best way to get in touch with you to ask you these questions?
Of course. So it can be both ways because I'm the therapist all the time, and that's my job, let's say. But we also do the courses. So if you are interested in bioenergy therapy or the readings, you can just reach out to me to have a session, or you even don't have to have a session. You have some questions, how it looks like, or whatever what it is, because I'm aware that it's this topic is specifically in this combination can be a little bit new for you. So if you just have some questions, please let me know. So my telephone number, I didn't put it here. Yeah, so I will just write it down in the chat. Maybe I can, I don't know, in the chat. Do I have access to the chat?
You just open chat up.
Okay, so maybe I will just stop sharing.
Yeah.
And I can just write it down here. I can see now. People were very active on the chat. Sorry, guys, I haven't seen it before. Okay, so I will give you my. Basically, if you Google Odnova, it's the name of my Odnova Therapy, London. So if you Google Odnova, that's how you can find me. Or Holistic Way Academy, we have two sites. One is Odnova, yes. So it's Odnova London. Odnova Therapies, and my telephone number, it's like, I will just type it here, but I think it's easier if you type Odnova London, and I'm there on Holistic Way Academy, and it's the same number. And if you would like an email, for instance, it's odnova new@gmail.com. Yes, so it's good. I always before people enroll on a course, I always have an initial conversation with someone. So before you enroll, I really would like you to know what is on the course. So maybe what I could possibly do also, because I have recorded several videos about the course and the bioenergy itself on my YouTube channel. So maybe potentially what I could do, I will just send you the link to the video, and it could be helpful. But please feel free to reach out to me just to have a friend conversation, and from this point we can decide whether you're interested in a treatment or in a course, or maybe just you would like to ask a general question. I'm open to everything. Okay, just to familiarize you with the topic. Just one more second, please. I will find this this video. Just one second. It should be here. I will just send you the link to my YouTube channel, and you can find everything over there. Okay.
what I've done. I've put it in the
Okay.
chat. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Great. Okay. Arnie, thank you very much for the question. Rosemary, thank you very much for being a host. And yes, I wish you a great evening. It's already 9. So good sleep, relax. And yes, hopefully see you soon.
Thank you so much, Marcin. It's definitely hot chocolate time, actually, I think, as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly.